So, Earth. This is our planet, our home. And as you know, we have only one. And as you know, there is a problem in our way to live on it. California is burning, the ice is melting in the Arctic, wild animals are disappearing. We are destroying our planet, our only planet. There is a scientific word to describe everything which results from the activity of the human being on nature. It is the anthropogenic pressure, the pressure we are putting on nature. The scientific community urges to react now and to greatly reduce this anthropogenic pressure. Not in 10 years, not in 5, not even next year, but now. Now, in the coming days, in the coming weeks. Today I want to share with you 3 ideas which appears important for me because I think these are the necessary levers to be able to react effectively in the very short time we have. And these 3 ideas are about low-tech, sobriety, and action at work. But before telling you more about it, I would like to present myself and the project I am working on, because I would like to rely on it to illustrate the 3 ideas I want to share with you today. My name is Nils. I am a merchant Navy officer. I've been working on different kinds of cargo ships as deck officer and engineer. And 5 years ago, we started a company with 3 friends of mine aiming to develop low-carbon shipping. We have designed with our partners this vessel. It is a 121 meters long vessel equipped with 4 wing sails, kind of sails. And these sails allow the vessel to take advantage of the wind energy to reduce its fuel consumption by around 30%. This vessel will be operated between the continental Europe and French Guiana in South America because it will transport Ariane 6, the European launcher, the European rocket. The building of the vessel will start this winter in a few weeks, and we will launch it in 2 years, in 2022. Well, this brings me to the first point I wanted to share with you today. It is about low-tech. Too often, we mix up ecological transition and energy transition, as if to complete the ecological transition, we could only rely on the discovery of new magical ways to produce energy. For example, in the shipping industry, we are talking a lot about hydrogen, as if it was a miracle solution. Do you know how to propel a vessel like this with hydrogen? With green hydrogen, obtained from a renewable energy like the wind. It is quite simple. You only need this, wind turbines, power grid, electrolyzer, compressor, cooling system, storage devices, transport network, fuel cell, electric engines, and propellers. And then you can push your vessel forward. The problem is that at the end of the day, your vessel will only benefit from 15% of the initial amount of energy given by the wind. All the rest is lost. And all the machines used in the process are consuming energy and resources, and it has a significant environmental impact. Otherwise, there is another way to use the wind energy on a ship. You can put sails on the vessel, and the wind will blow in the sails, and it will push the vessel forward. It works very well. My point is not to say that hydrogen is fundamentally bad or useless. We are working on hydrogen projects, and I hope we will develop hybrid vessel with sails on hydrogen, because it will be useful when the wind is too low or when the wind is in the wrong direction. But what I want to underline is that there is nothing magic, there is nothing simple. And what is often presented to us as new, high-tech, very ecological solutions are not really so. We have not yet invented any magical solution to produce energy, and we don't have the time to wait for it. So this is why I truly think that if we want to go toward an ecological future, we have to design a low-tech future. This is the first idea I wanted to share with you. I now come to the second idea. It is about sobriety. Do you like our vessel? If you think that our solution could be a good solution to reduce the environmental impact of the shipping industry, please consider this. Our vessel will be launched in 2 years, and it will be the very first. The world fleet is made up of 45,000 cargo ships. And the average life expectancy of a cargo ship is around 30 years. So as you can see, it will be a bit long to adapt sails on every cargo ship in the world. And even if we were able to do it like this tomorrow, we would be only able to save around 30% of the fuel consumption if we want to keep the same high transit speed. So how can we do it? How can we manage to greatly reduce the environmental impact of the shipping industry in the coming weeks? I think the only way is to go towards sobriety. Sobriety, it means reducing the speed of the vessels. It means using them less. It means reducing the number of ships in the world by stopping fabricating and buying stuff on the other side of the planet like if it was something normal. And this is the first thing to do. And after, we can put sails on hydrogen, on the ship, on whatever. And I'm illustrating sobriety with the shipping industry, but we must apply it to all areas. Our consumption of cars, our consumption of buildings, our consumption of energy. I don't know if you are convinced by the need to adopt these two levers, low-tech and sobriety, but if you do, now how to take action? This is what I want to address in the third point, action at work. Your ability to act in your daily job as actors of the economy. I truly think that this is how we can make the change happen quickly. In the example of our vessel, it was not something obvious to choose a sail-propelled vessel to transport the rocket, Ariane 6. It came from the people in charge of the logistics who decided to choose our solution and to hold it within the group and to convince the top management. It was very courageous, and we need people like this to be able to make the change happen. All of you, whether you are CEO or young employee, whether you are working in a multinational or a small company of 3 people, next Monday, you can change your company. You should try. I'm not saying that you will be able on your own to redefine the whole business strategy of the company, but you can put the subjects on the table. You can make proposals to your colleagues. I will give you a few examples. In our startup, we are a little team, but we apply several rules which could be applied in all companies, and I think it would have a big impact. For example, in our company, we have to travel a lot. Firstly, we try to avoid to the maximum to travel. And secondly, we made it a rule to never take a plane for intra-European travels. Sometimes it's not simple to travel only by train, like yesterday. I came from France, there was a storm. But it's doable. If ever you and your colleagues are traveling, you can try, you can propose it. How about reviewing our travel policy? For our vessel, for each of our main suppliers, we have chosen companies based in geographically close. You could propose to your colleagues, what about reviewing our supply policy and integrating geographic proximity as one of the main criteria in order to reduce our international imports and to reduce the number of cargo ships at sea? You know that meat consumption has a huge impact. You know that. We are trying to do our best at home, but you could propose next Monday, if you have a canteen or a self-service at work, you could propose to change the menu. What about dividing by 4 our meat consumption? It would have a huge impact. You can try. Your electricity supplier. In many countries, you can choose your supplier. We have chosen one offering only renewable electricity. You can propose doing the same next Monday. Last example, but not least. If ever your company has to build new spaces, new offices, do you know that artificialization of soils is a huge matter for wildlife? Because every day, every year, we are encroaching more and more spaces on nature. You could propose to adopt a systematic renovation policy, rather than causing always more and more new constructions. Well, I think you get the point. I truly believe that we should each adopt strong measures and promote it at work. And I think this is the way we can manage to greatly reduce our anthropogenic pressure in the very short term. There is a quotation that I love from Albert Einstein, who said, "To change the world, people must change. And for the people to change, they must want to." So this is the point. Do we want to? How much do you want to change? Thank you.